going on, guys? It is Uncle Nick, and I'm bringing in the big guns for this one. The Big Dirty. Dirty Andy, everybody. All right, so this is another top 3 in the top 3 series, whatever you want to call it, and we are doing the deadlift. Now, you probably saw on Brian's channel, he did the question of the day, which is what helped your deadlift the most with everybody at the gym. So I'm going to tell you what has helped me the most, and Andy's going to do so as well, because I always like having people on here that know more than I do. He definitely knows a lot more than I do. So I'm going to go over what helped me the most, what brought my deadlift up the most, and Andy is going to chime in on that with what did for him as well. So real quick, you want to go 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1?
A2 green.
So what's green?
3.
So A's 1. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. So my top is the pause deadlift. Why the pause deadlift? Because if you have a weak point in your deadlift, you can adjust the pause to where you're weakest. Mine is just below my knees as I start to break my knees and initiate the lockout in the top portion of the deadlift. So that's where I add my pause in. Also, that's most of the time when I get a PR, is if the pause feels good and you can sit there and play with it for a few seconds, odds are you can go up and wait. So, Andy, what's your number 1?
Number 1 would be using the squat as an accessory to deadlift. So I think we talked before, spider bar, box squat, safety squat bar, box squat with bands with chains accommodating resistance, just to build big power off the bottom, lockout strength through the whole lift. Power bottom. But yeah, squat, using the squat as a deadlift accessory to really bang away and get better at the deadlift.
Number 2. My number 2 would have to be the... That was rude. My number 2 would have to be the good morning for 2 main reasons. 1, what are you doing when you deadlift? To a certain extent, kind of a good morning. But also, say you bury a squat for some reason and your brace breaks down. That good morning is going to allow you to have that muscle memory to avoid a lot of injury because you know how to recover from that position. But the good morning with the deadlift has really helped the top portion of my deadlift, I would say, with the lockout. The good morning forces you to get your hips through and lock out the lift. Andy?
So number 2, I would say effort work with bands for deadlift. So pulling from the floor, straight weight or standard height deadlift with bands to work on speed and lockout force. If you're doing maximum effort stuff, you're gonna really bang away that lockout to really grind through if you need to, squeeze your ass,
bar
get your hips through, and then for dynamic work, speed on the bar. You can't be fast enough with the bar, so the bands really kind of ingrain that into your muscle to be as fast as possible, and then with the maximum effort work to be as just nasty as possible on the lockout. Number 3 would be glute ham raise. Just a phenomenal movement to use as an accessory on your leg day or your deadlift day or whatever it may be. One of the finishers, just a lot of reps, forced reps, whether it's kind of off the bottom pushing off on the handles if you need to, or you can even do bands, put a band around your neck for more accommodating resistance to really get the posterior chain, the lower posterior chain, your hamstring, your glutes, really brutally strong for power off the floor and through the lockout.
My number 3 was a toss-up between the glute ham raise and stiff leg deadlift, but I'm gonna go with stiff leg deadlift because you can work a deficit stiff leg deadlift, you can work all kinds of stuff. You can work the stiff leg deadlift to, say, the bottom of your knees, the weak point. You can kind of overload that a little bit, but I like that because 1, not only does it allow you to get work done from the exercise standpoint, it also kind of stretches you out on the descent, especially if you control it. And I'm hamstring dominant, so I like to stretch my hamstrings out towards the end of a workout as much as I can anyway. That's why the stiff leg deadlift went a little bit ahead of the glute ham raises, because I can get a little bit better of a stretch with my hamstrings on the way down. One of the things that helps me recover from deadlift is that thing. I absolutely love the glute ham.
Reverse hyper.
I absolutely love the reverse hyper machine. It is one of my favorite things to do after a heavy deadlift day. Yeah, I know this will be 4 things, but you get a bonus, so take it or leave it.
Extra, another bonus, not gym related. Deadlift is one of those things, if depending on the type of person you are, you gotta have internal motivation, whether it's fear, whether it's joy, whether it's anger, whether it's a particular song or playlist that's undefeated. Find what works for you to just get that nasty lift that you need to get, like your life depends on it.
That dirty lift.
Dirty dirt.
You know what it is, guys. That is all we got for you this video. Is another straightforward, fast-paced video. But you know what comes next. Get out there, get after it, and get dirty. Side note, guys, the Loyal brand just released these American flag Loyal shirts for Memorial Day. So head on over there, check them out. There's a white one and there's a black one. I will provide the link in the description, so head on over there, get yourself one of those. These are probably one of my favorite Loyal shirts that's come out yet so far. So go check those out, guys. Supporting good people, supporting a good brand, and it's a new shirt material. They're lighter, more breathable. Can't thank Johnny enough for hooking us all up with one. Make sure you get over there, www.theloyalbrand.com, and check that stuff out.